The story so far. The dangerous outlaw Leon Cabraz, the lawman John Malcolm, assigned by blackmailing ranger Lindsay Kurtz to hunt Cabraz down. Joining him, sharpshooting rancher Cathryn Angle, the tailor's assistant Morwenna Abrams, the railway worker Albert Little, the master hunter Drew Morrill, the bounty hunter Walden McDonald, and the heroic Mexican lawman Javier Salvador. Together, they are known as the Lion Goats. Our heroes return to Primer Punto, setting up camp, surprisingly wary from their first criminal encounter.
How you holding up?
I'm fine. Not shooting today.
Thank you. Are you thinking about Kurtz and his plan again?
No. We know that to be true now. I'm just thinking about Javier. There's something about him I just can't put my finger on.
You're not feeling threatened, are you?
What? No.
Well, I could tell you seemed disappointed when Kurtz revealed Javier would be leading us, not you.
Look, I don't even want to be here, so I wasn't begging to be in charge. However, Kurtz did say to me that he wanted me to lead this when we first met. But Javier is obviously the better choice. But like I said, I just don't get him.
What is it?
You didn't see him in that yard. The way he rode his horse. I've seen some good riders in my time, but it was like that horse were a part of it. And with that lasso, he's used that this whole time. He's not even unholstered his pistol. He tied up Ben like it was nothing, and earlier today when he whipped that gun from that angry guy's hand.
So what? He practiced with his rope a lot. You and I did so with our guns.
And he's just so positive all the time.
Oh, so that's where this is going.
He just doesn't seem real. He told me he'd stopped a gang of bandits before using just his lasso. Now, after today, I think he's telling the truth. Running into burning churches to save some nuns.
He said he's done that?
Of course. And he said it like it were nothing. People running up to him in the streets, praising him. He's just too perfect. I'm thinking something must be up. There's no way someone can be that good. First I thought he was another sucker Kurtz and the other guy put together to be killed off. He must be making all of Mexico's law enforcement look bad. But now I'm thinking there's something else going on.
Well, like what?
I know.
You better not be getting into crazy talk now.
Where is he anyway?
Javier. He went down to the river a few minutes ago. Don't go storming up to him, John. Please don't.
I won't. I just want to find more about him.
John walked away from the camp and down to the river. The glare of the sun on the running water was bright, but John could see two figures standing by the river bank. He got closer and saw Javier, his coat off and his sleeves rolled up, and an elderly man. The man took something from Javier and shook his hand before turning and leaving. Getting closer, John saw Javier with wads of cash in his hands. Something stirred within John's stomach as he quickened his pace to confront Javier.
What's this?
24, 20... Oh, hello, John.
What are you doing there, Javier? Counting money?
No. Well, okay, yes.
What money is that, then? Something your pal Salamanca gave you to sweeten the deal?
No, nothing like that. Marshal Malcolm, you have uncovered my greatest shame. All these heroics, the do-gooding. I do it for the money. This is my entire savings. I keep them upon my person at all times. Everything I've earned will be rewarded with. I try to hide it. It makes me feel a fraud. That I am a thug, a gun for hire. After the assault on Reyes silver mine, I was just making sure it was still there. That I had lost none. I had not gained any since we started this.
Who is that man? The one you gave money to?
His name is Riviera. He's a farmer. He's had hard times lately. I gave him some money to help him see out the land.
Not paying you on behalf of your boss?
No? What do you mean?
It's nothing. I'm sorry being foolish.
No. I think I understand. From what you've told me of Kurtz and the way things are going, it's enough to make anyone suspicious. But trust me, I'm not getting sweet money or anything to make me do this. Other than the bounty price at the end. I hate money. The way it makes me feel. The way it makes other people act.
I don't see any shame in it. Money, it's the way the world works. The capitalist machine, I think they call it. People live, they work, they get paid, buy things to live, to work, and so on. Clerks, cleaners, lawyers, and outlaws. It's America. It's the only reason Cathryn and I are out here.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Well, I hope you will not feel bad of me to admit I truly feel shame for not feeling shame. I love money. All this here, these notes I keep in my breast pockets, are real, tangible signs of my success, of the hard work I have done. With this, all this money, I can save my people. The village of Cuna de la Madre. I can feed them, keep their beds warm at night, their crops healthy and watered, to treat their illnesses, give them all a better life.
Javier, you really are something else. I don't know what. Infuriatingly decent.
I think that is a compliment. The Salamanca came to me and said, "Do you want more money? You're doing this."
So not the fame or glory?
Fame? Maybe. Glory? No. Money? Definitely.
You sure you're not an American?
Maybe only in spirit.
Now I can see the deer. Got him in my sights. Tonight, boys, venison all round. Hold it steady. Squeeze the trigger and...
You missed him by a fair bit there, Drew.
My sights must be off. Have any of you been tampering with my rifle?
The deer's running off, Drew.
I'll see if I can take another shot.
He's getting away, Drew.
Out of range. That doesn't usually happen, you know.
Of course not. Whatever you say, Drew. Besides, you're a better shot than I am. I couldn't hit the side of a barn if I was trying to shoot a deer 100 yards away.
Back to the beans, then.
Hey, let's not get hasty here. Besides, I think they might sell something in town. I'll be right back.
You don't want to stick around for some knife practice, Albert?
If I do, I get the feeling you'll stick it in me, Walden.
Naturally, as a hunter, I'm pretty good with a knife.
How about we test your reflexes, eh? 5-finger fillet. I'll start.
Easy. I can do that.
Come on, you can go faster.
I can go faster. And keep talking at the same time.
Oh, we're gonna need some bandages over here. Keep your hand on it, Drew.
I am holding. Maybe it wasn't such a good idea to be playing games like that, Walden.
It was a mistake. Mistakes happen. Just like up in Sioux Falls, remember that? Sure, you might have got hurt then, and now, but think about how much worse it'd have been had I not been there. You stick with me and we're all good, right? Partner?
Yeah, sure thing, partner.
The Lion Goat's next assignment came to them in the morning. To the south, Cabras's men were seen cattle rustling, moving hundreds of cows into the desert for who knows what. Javier led the charge, John close behind, his attitude somewhat positive thanks to the previous day's chat. They rode an hour to where the crime was supposed to be taking place, but there was nothing. They stopped, looking around the plains and hills before John realized it was a trap. Bullets rained down from above before it stopped. Eventually, John peered out. Their attackers were seemingly gone.
Javier behind me will creep up the hills.
Good thinking, John. I'll watch your back.
Up the hill the two went, their pistols drawn, expecting someone to pop out behind a rock and shoot them dead right there. The tense climb seemed to be taking an age, but eventually they reached the top.
Anything?
Nothing. What about the other side?
I can see nothing too. Hang on, to the west. Can you see the dust trails? Seems our attackers have fled, but I can't see them now. They only sought to threaten us and waste their bullets in the process.
Coming up. They're gone.
They can't just do that and get away with it, especially if their next targets aren't as prepared. I think we need the skills of a master tracker to follow the trail and stop them.
I don't know if you've realized, but Drew isn't as good as he says he is.
I know this, which is why I suggest we send Morwenna.
Me?
Miss Abrams, it is up to you to find these people.
John and Cathryn knew, but no one else did, that Morwenna's tracking skills were non-existent. A native supposedly of the Wichita tribe, Morwenna was born in and raised by a Jewish family in Laredo, Texas. Worked as a tailor and palmed off to John by a crazy boss who thought she could do hunting on account of her ancestry. John realized she was hurting at Taylor's, so he brought her along as some kind of mercy, not thinking it'd ever come up. He wasn't much liking his chances of explaining that to the rest of the gang, as Morwenna began to panic. Luckily, Cathryn was quicker thinking than John.
Morwenna is indeed a great tracker, but she's still a little rusty with her shooting. I'll come with her, protect her, and together we'll find these men.
Excellent idea, Miss Engel.
Miss Engel, I don't know if you've realized.
Call me Cathryn.
Cathryn, I'm not a tracker. I can't do this.
Don't worry, I'm not a tracker either, but I know a few tricks how to do it, and I'm going to teach you, alright?
Alright.
We can't just have you sitting back and doing nothing, or the others will get suspicious. Now, first things first, look at the ground. What do you see?
Horse footprints. Clear ones.
Right. And you know why they're clear? Because
they're fresh.
Fresh, exactly. The wind or something else hasn't blown them away yet. Look for the next set. Can you see?
Yes, I can. I can see more over here.
Good. You're doing well. We need to be quick and follow these before they're lost and see where they went. Can you do that?
I can. Thank you for your help.
Not a problem. Keep your eye on those tracks, Morwenna. We'll find these people yet.
This ride is going to take a while. I meant to ask, you're a rancher and you said you travel with a fair?
That's right. I quite literally ran away from home and joined the traveling circus. I was a champion shooter. I had the medals and ribbons at home to prove it.
What was that like?
Fun for the most part. I was there, doing my thing, then after a few years as I got better, I got put center stage. I was the main attraction. The 15-year-old with the ability to shoot a tin can off a man's head at 30 paces. Folks came from all around, and I must have traveled to about 30 states, I guess.
That must have been something.
It sure was. I'll tell you what was crazy, was seeing my face printed on cigarette cards and posters. I could never quite get over that. After a few years, I ended up back in Laredo, Texas, met a local rancher. The rest is history.
I'm sorry for your loss. I remember you saying your brothers-in-law fled east and left you behind. If I could, I'd gladly take your place, being stuck on a ranch than being stuck in that tailor's building ever again.
Was it really that bad?
More than you could ever imagine.
The two followed the trail for several miles, long after the dust had settled and the tracks began to fade. They eventually came across a canyon entrance, the trail leading in. They headed round on top of the canyon so they could look down on what was within.
Looks like we found our cattle rustlers. There must be hundreds of cows down there.
You're right. This isn't some small-time thing. This is huge. They've got tents and simple shacks and pens for all the cows set up.
Looks like they've got a lot of guns, too.
Yep. They'll steal from people, no problem. But they'll fight to kill to stop someone stealing from them.
I can count about 30 men. We number only 7.
We'll talk to the others to get a plan together. But I think where we are now, on top of this canyon, this is a good place to be. Great job tracking them, Morwenna.
Well, thank you for teaching me. Maybe with more practice I could be a bounty hunter too.
Well, it's not just tracking people down. It's capturing or killing them. If you want to commit to that, you've got to be able to shoot somebody. Maybe when the rest of the group gets here, we can get you to do that. Fire the first shot. You've been doing all right hitting those tin cans. Maybe we can get you to hit one of those guys sitting down there.
Maybe, but a person isn't a tin can.
Exactly my point.
We should go back and tell the others.
Cathryn and Morwenna rode back to the gang, beginning to form a plan of attack. How will this unfold? Tune in next time to find out.